Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. Do you know what the 3 Ps are? Okay, well, I was talking to a cancer survivor that I helped get through really intense cancer surgery. And there was a moment where he was just really losing hope and faith and really struggling with pain and complications. But we got him through. And we were having this celebratory conversation last week. And he said to me, I used the 3 Ps. And I didn't want to interrupt the conversation because it was just had so much life and joy and celebration. He had literally gone out to his first public event and he looked incredible. I mean, just even the outfit alone that he was wearing, he looked so confident and happy in his new normal. So I didn't want to slow it down and ask him, what 3 Ps? What are you talking about? What are these 3 Ps? So after I hung up, I looked on Google, 3 Ps. What are the 3 Ps? Now, do you know what the 3 Ps are? Okay. Well, I didn't. I'm admitting it for everyone, but there's a lot of 3 Ps. That's what I discovered. People have taken this concept in so many different ways. So I just want to share with you the 3 Ps that I found. And I have to call him back and ask him what were the 3 that he picked to use in this process. But I found patience, persistence, possibility, preparedness, perseverance, patience, people, process, product, people, planet, profit, profess, provide, protect. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many peppers did Peter Piper pick? That was not in it. That is a silly nursery tongue twister that I don't know. After I saw all these P's, my comedic brain just started saying that tongue twister over and over in my head. Anyway, there are more. There are even more professionalism. And well, I actually found one word missing that is so important to me. And that is passion. Passion was missing. They used all these great P's and passion was missing. And when I really think about how I got through and beat stage 4 cancer and what words I use to motivate myself in this context of the P universe, it was passion was super big for me. Now, everything was 3. I actually looked at this list of P words and I had 5. So I'm really curious, which ones would you pick or which ones have you picked if you know this rule of P, this principle of 3 Ps? I have 5 and I'm going to read them to you and they're not in any order, but these were the 5 that really resonated with me. And then there were some that just, nope, not my cup of tea at all. But mine were people, passion, persistence, positivity, and possibility. Now, those were core 5 for me. And I can tell you that people are my oxygen. You'll hear me say that. So I had to help people. I had to talk to people. I wanted people around me. That's why I started the Comedy Cures Foundation for my chemo chair and through that celebration of life party, my first chemo treatment, because I wanted to celebrate with people and fight with people, not fight with them, fight cancer alongside of them. Passionate about everything. I'm passionate about what I do in a day. I'm passionate about people I help. I'm passionate about what I eat. I'm intimately passionate just in my personal life, just passion is such a big part and served me so well in getting up every day, even when the chemo treatments were rough or my many surgeries or my many radiation treatments. Persistence. People say that I am pleasantly persistent, which is probably a nicer way of saying that I'm almost a B word, a biatch. But I'm not. I'm just really pleasantly persistent. I try to not take it to that other line, across that other line, to get that B word. Then positivity. That's what I think the whole Comedy Cures ethos comes from. It's just really trying to find the joy and hope and humor in every situation that I can. And then last one, which is so big, is possibility. So I really work in life and walk through life with this idea of endless possibility. Even when I was given that stage 4, get your affairs in order line, I saw possibility. And most people would just pack it up and just follow. And I just saw possibility for research, possibility for new discoveries, possibility for reduction in complications, possibility of getting more mentally strong, for having more joy. So the possibility one is really big for me. So, I know a principle of peace, but it's from comedy writing. And so I find this interesting that there's this whole life lesson, life strategy, managerial strategy, business strategy about peace. And I just have a funny one from comedy writing and the principle of alliteration. And there are several letter sounds that will make you laugh if you hear them say 3 times in a row. And P, is one of them. So is K, the CK sound, K, and then S sounds. So when you're writing a comedy joke or you're writing a comedy monologue or something to do in comedy, one of the devices we use, this repetition of 3 Ps. So I found it interesting that there's this whole rule of Ps, philosophy of Ps, that have nothing to do with how we write comedy and use the P sound in comedy. And that's one of the reasons why the nursery rhyme that I said, the Peter Piper picked a peck, that's all funny. It makes you laugh and it's hard to say, but it makes you giggle at the same time. So if you're ever in in a stressful situation or things aren't going well in your cancer treatment, you can use the P rules that we're talking about, which are, passion and persistence and positivity and preparedness and possibility, all those words that we were just discussing. Or you can just say this silly little tongue twister, which has the P sound in it, which makes you laugh. I found it funny that I learned something new, but that there was also a whole nother way that I was using the sound of P to get me through my cancer treatment. I am so curious what your 3 or 5 or 2 or 1, what would your P's be? Which ones are you using to get through this cancer experience? Please let me know. I mean, you know how accessible I am by email. Just send it over, go to comedycures.org and tell me either by the record button or by emailing what your P's are. I love to learn, and I love to learn why. Why are these your P's? Why are these important to you? I can tell you that I would not have picked patience, and that's no judgment if yours is patience, but I am not a patient person. I am trying to work on that, as you probably know. I am working on my patience P, but patience would not have made my list. And professionalism, I like being a goofball in professional situations. So I'm not sure that professionalism would have ranked in my P list. But if it ranked in yours, let me know how or why. And I I can tell you if this all gets too heady, just go back to the tongue twister. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many peppers did Peter Piper pick? Do you remember that? How fast can you say it? I hope that you do let me know about your 5 Ps, and I'm going to work on seeing if there's any more that I want to add to my list. But those were definitely my biggies: people, passion, persistence, positivity, and possibility. Try them. They really helped me. Have a blessed day. If you loved today's episode, then tell the world. Why? Because Beating Cancer Daily and our membership circle are both a listener and donor supported experience. So the more people you tell and the more people that join us, the more robust and interesting programs our nonprofit, the Comedy Cures Foundation, can bring to you throughout the year. I really want you to go to comedycures.org. And of course, I always want you to make a donation. It's tax deductible to the extent allowed by law. But what's super exciting is not only can you laugh and explore the comedy there, you can look at our membership levels and find the one that's great for you. And if you're feeling a little bit generous, gift one to a chemo brother or sister, or to a caregiver that you just want to help them improve the quality of their day. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.